What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. So today it's Thursday, June 30th, and we're going to be talking about two topics, REVB, because this ticker was absolutely crazy and there wasn't a lot of opportunities to trade it, but I want to do a little bit of a deep dive into this ticker, and then we're going to wrap up the video talking about trading mindset when we go over my monthly P&L. So that's going to be a fun one to talk about. Let's go right over to the trading screen. Voila. All right. So here we go with REVB. First thing, there you see the ticker on the daily. Let's quickly see what's going on the news. So this ticker was pumping out some news at around 6:30 a.m. So around pre-market, because we start trading at 7, although pre-market starts at 4:30 on TOS and a lot of other brokers, you only can start trading at 7 a.m. So if we come down here, a little small text, I know, but I'll zoom in maybe in the editing. So right here it says REVB rose about 150% pre-market, which is absolutely insane, after they announced completion of a dosing for the treatment of allergic rhinitis. I really don't know if I'm saying that right, and I had to look that up, and that's basically just any sort of common allergies, which I was actually suffering from like 3 weeks ago. That was pretty brutal. The grass started pollinating, so usually like the trees go first and then it's the grass. The grass somehow gets me, so it's like the classic hay fever, but it was only like 2 weeks and I had a hard time sleeping. So boom, REVB, really kind of relevant macro news, but also micro news now, so that's always really good to see. Classic biotech, we see these a lot, 15 million shares outstanding and 25 million market cap, so perfect stats catalyst. I like it. Daily chart a little bit rough, kind of classic backside pattern here, but we're have high relative volume and we're just breaking through resistance zones, so I do like to see that. I don't love when a ticker's below the 180-day SMA, but okay, we can't check off all the boxes every single time, and if you want to know what all the boxes are, tradejournal.co/start, you'll see my checklist there. So this ticker was a gap up pre-market, like we said. It was around 6:30, so it looks like people already knew this was coming, the release, and it's been trending up ever since. Held its highs pretty well here in this area, but pre-market from 7 to 9, 9:30 specifically, I wasn't really able to trade this one. There wasn't really any good new moves, and honestly, pre-market today was such a snooze fest. I pretty much almost fell asleep. It was really boring. Probably one of the slowest ones this month, actually, for sure. And then this ticker just absolutely rips in just a few candles, and I still had sleep in my eyes and I kind of missed it, and I'm a little bit upset about that. And then in this area, I didn't want to keep trading it. It just felt a little bit choppy, felt top heavy, and yeah, I was pretty much throwing in the towel there. So let's see how I actually ended up trading this one and where I kind of went wrong. So this ticker was still struggling here a little bit, but we had some decent volume coming in. Not like a crazy amount of volume for $1.50 stock, but it's okay. And then we fast forward here, we had a big VWAP breakout. This is where I should have got aggressive on it. I don't know why I didn't. I kind of just stared at it and I didn't trade it. I have a whole entire video talking about this exact setup right here. 5-minute breakout. VWAP getting broken out, high volume. I really don't know why I didn't trade this one. I think I was just like snoozing, and I felt like there wasn't any opportunities today, so I was a little bit in the wrong mindset. I do a small trade here, but I take my profits really quickly. 2,000 shares. This should have been a 5,000 share trade. I don't know what I was doing, and that still would have been a fairly small trade. Pops up again, I just do 1,000 shares, take profit. So I'm like scalpy this one with small size. I'm not very aggressive. I'm just like, in la la land, not really trading it. It just keeps running up. I do a few more trades here, and then I'm like, what's going on? This is a really good ticker, but I do notice there's a lot of volume, sell volume here, so I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm like, all right, well, let me go for one last trade. And then I was in this area, and I start sizing in here, looking for that. I thought this was maybe going to be a bear trap or something like that. Let me size in that one last time. We haven't really broke the 9 EMA, especially with volume. Too bad, so let me go for it. And I take some profits here. I buy back here, looking for that big breakout. We don't get it. I get stuck in a flush. Luckily, it's with very small size, and it doesn't really matter, but it's still my biggest size. So it was like 5,000 shares as opposed to like these were like 2,000 share trades. I really should have been trading this one with like 10,000 shares on this front side, and I'm a little disappointed myself that I didn't. But after trading this and then all of a sudden giving back my profits, I was kind of thinking like any normal day, I could just make back pretty much all I did here in just like 1 or 2, like not even good trades, like okay trades, and like I'm just sticking around too long today, and I feel like if I just keep trading, I'm gonna have a big red day, and I'm gonna be upset because We'll talk about this a little bit later, but being in the right mindset is so important. And when I trade holidays, I tend to trade really bad. So this is like a weekly holiday. Well, not a weekly holiday, but we have a holiday weekend coming up. And whenever there's a holiday weekend coming up, I feel like the volume and the consistency that week before is just all over the place. The week after is totally fine, but the week before just is never that good. And I tend to perform fairly bad. So I was already thinking that. And when I was up today, I should have really just called it for sure. What do I think is REVB is going to do from here? Honestly, it's really, really hard to say. I really am not a big fan of this flushy action. We were talking about flushes a lot yesterday because we were seeing it across the board, and that's why I stopped trading early, and we were able to, pocket a nice size of profit yesterday. But it just, today's like a little bit like yesterday 2.0, and I don't really see a reason to keep, getting so aggressive here. For now, though, I got to say it is holding its highs fairly well. It's just not very day tradable. So if you're swing trading this or something, that might be a little bit more interesting. It's hard to say because usually you want to look to see past performance. How does this ticker usually hold when it has a big high relative volume spike day? Does it hold? Well, we've seen a big spike day here, and we pretty much gave back all the profits. So that really wasn't that great in this area. And then some spikes here that did trend a little bit higher before giving back profits. I don't know. I wouldn't be like super comfortable holding this one into the weekend. That's for sure. Now I'm going to be off tomorrow, but the markets are not closed tomorrow. The markets are closed Monday. But I like making 4-day weekends out of 3-day weekends. So that's why I'm off. Let's go ahead and check out what I'm up today or down today. I'm down $107. So not really great trading day for me. I did trade two more tickers, REV and NRSN, both of which we've been seeing earlier this week. I'll just dive into the 1 minute really fast so you guys can see how I traded this one. I didn't like the volume profile. I didn't really like the price action. I did try to pull back here, and luckily I got out right before it flushed. I made literally 5 cents, so it was like a total break-even trade, and then just sold off. Technically, this right here would have been a good trade. We had a nice 5-minute breakout, 1 minute pullback. So there were opportunities today. They were just like scattered in a minefield of flushes, and it just felt like a high-risk day. So that's why... I'm right today $100, but I don't really feel bad about it. I kind of feel like maybe I just avoided a lot of nonsense. With NRSN, I think it was NR. With this ticker, this was such a weird ticker. This one had some really nice catalysts that came out at like 8:30, and then this ticker just goes crazy. Some study classic biotech ticker in just 2 minutes, it rips up like 80%, and then it was over. And then it's just been selling off ever since. I was kind of thinking that's what might happen. That's why I didn't trade it in this area. And I just, it's just one of those days where it just feels like it's a total coin toss, where it's like it's not really so much about strategy and your way to address the market. It just feels like it's a little bit more random. I couldn't really, get into a flow on a ticker for 30 minutes and really edge into it and get it, play the ticker. Today was just like, really random pop here or random flush here. So on a day like today, I like to back off a little bit. So yeah, that's what I'm up on today or down on today. Now let's talk about my monthly P&L here really fast. I'm going to do a full entire date or monthly recap where I want to dive into some specific details a little bit, but I want to give you guys a very fast bird's eye view. So if you want to stay tuned for the monthly recap, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be coming out with that one most likely in the next like 7 days or something like that. 7 days. I haven't heard that in a long time. Okay, so this is my P&L for today. Yeah, nothing really too exciting to talk about, so I'm not even going to go through there. And then this is my running P&L for the week. Wait a second. Oh yeah, so my last trade, look at that, 242. I was up nice green today, and then that last trade we were talking about on REV B was where I had that flush. So I was up 240 and then just gave it all back. Like I said, I should have stopped early. I really don't know why I kind of gunned it there. This is really revenge and FOMO. That's really what you see right here. And overall, it's a red week, which is just a little bit frustrating. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. Boom, there it is. So yeah, this week started off pretty red. I had a max loss day, and then I was kind of slowly crawling myself out of the hole. I really should have took those small profits today and just kind of ran for it. Like I said, holiday week, and they just don't really do that well for me. So let's go ahead and check out what I'm actually up on in June. I have not gone ahead and done that, so I'm actually kind of interested here. And this is my day trading account stats for the date range of June. Scroll down here, and boom, $7,300. Not too shabby. I like it. All right, I'll take it. especially because it's been a little bit slow all over 2022. But it's been heating up a little bit slowly. Like this week wasn't great, but last week was okay. The week before that was okay. And they all feel 1,000 times better than like January, February, March, April. Oh my God, those months were so slow. So it was a real snooze fest. Definitely like to see that. I did give back quite a bit of profits. I had 2 max loss days, which was pretty brutal. Hit my $1,000 max loss limit. And overall, my position size here is a little bit small. So I basically made like 130 or 120 to 130% based on my average position size this month. So that's actually pretty good. I like that. And diving into this just a little bit more here, my average win ratio was pretty high, 76. I think my normal average is like 67%. So I was a little bit more accurate this month, which is pretty nice, but I didn't really have any major winners. Look at this, only 6.25% and a $700 profit. So I was lacking like any home run trades. It was a lot of scalpy trades. I'm going to dive a lot more into these stats and also my statistics and probably pull out like a few really major things that I should be pivoting. So again, stay tuned for that monthly recap video. I'll try to fill it with as many gems as I can possibly manage. So what I've already hinted on with the trading mindset, and let me just scroll back into our P&L calendar, is, especially on weeks like today, a holiday week, is I know I don't perform very good on these holiday weeks. And that's a big reason I already take that day off. That's why I make a 4-day weekend out of it, because I try to save myself as much as possible. I'm really debating like, do I even want to trade sometimes these weeks? What I might do is sometimes take a full week off going forward. I'm not going to do that probably all the time, but I just have so many of these weeks that are always net red, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, well, I could have just took that whole week off. And sometimes I do that. Like I took the whole entire week off to go skiing in, when was that, April? No, that was in March, and this was phenomenal. I had a huge green streak right afterwards. I felt great. So sometimes clearing your head, getting like a really clean slate, and then you just approach the market with just such a clean mind that I really recommend taking time off. And these 4-day weekends are amazing, and that whole week I took off here was just as amazing as well. This was really beautiful. Italian Alps in Südtirol. We were just skiing for a whole entire week straight, so that was really nice. All right, guys, I'll leave you with that. Anyone that is trading tomorrow, good luck. Maybe size down if it's a little bit sketchy, or if there's that great opportunity, size in for it. Whatever is best for you. I'll see you then first thing Tuesday morning. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.